On my glasses. Hello, and welcome back. How many years has it been since I last done a reading a fan fiction video? Here we go. I got to let you guys know that the website that I use to edit my videos now costs money. I can't use it, so it's not gonna, the editing is gonna be rough. But anyway, let us begin. Yeah? I haven't done this in so long. It feels so weird. We're gonna be reading Trafalgar Law and Reader one-shots. Anyway, it's on WattPad. The book, or you know, the collection, is literally just called Trafalgar Law X Reader one-shots. It's by bookloverbria. Thank you for providing us with such great content. Go read it, okay? Go read it. I haven't actually read it yet. This is gonna be my reaction will be your reaction, okay? Let's begin. Law X Sick Reader until you're better. FN is first name, LN is last name, filling you guys in. For your illness, I can guarantee it's not accurate. I just did what I thought it might be like. Oh, okay. Thank you, author note. You felt cold. You curled your body up into a ball and laid down on your side. The sand of the beach you washed up on rubbing against your bare side. You could see your hands slowly turning a pale white along with the rest of your body. Tightly shutting your eyes, you felt a few tears slip down your cheek. You knew there was no way you could survive. There was no way you could be saved. You were lucky enough you lived to your age. You were lucky that you also left the city when you did. Hearing the waves crash onto the beach, you stayed for what felt like an eternity. You knew your body was almost completely consumed by the whiteness, and you just wanted it to end. Captain, there's someone on the shore. You struggled to open your eyes, only managing to ajar them slightly. A yellow submarine, we all live in the... I'm gonna get copyrighted. Rising to the surface of the water very close to the shore. Hello, my phone ran out of storage, okay? That's all you could make out, along with the strange symbol on the side of the vessel. Bring them on immediately. They need to be treated. After hearing the, for some reason, soothing voice, oh shit, that was supposed to be soothing? You felt your conscience slip away from your grasp. Hello? Can you hear me, miss? You groaned, attempting to sit up, but feeling your tired muscles, you stayed down, but managed to open your eyes only to see a man standing next to your bed. What happened? You moaned, gingerly lifting your arm to your head. I helped you. No fucking shit, Law, thanks. Saying that, you took a more focused look at your arm. The whiteness was gone. You shakily lift your hand to your cheek, feeling your skin under it, and not what it was like before. Letting a few tears fall, you laughed happily, looking at the man gratefully. Thank you. I don't know how you did it, but thank you. This is why I'm not a voice actor. He nodded, sitting down on the edge of your bed. You took notice of his large sword he had stashed over his shoulder and his rather strange spotted white hat. You have to leave after you're healed up some more, but you're welcome to stay here until the time comes, he said. As a doctor, I can't let you leave until then, though, but I have to ask you something. Anything, you replied. How did you survive this long? How do you know about the amber lead illness? You retorted, confused yet intrigued. And how do you know how to treat it? I thought it was untreatable. I asked you first, he replied simply. You sighed. Back when they first discovered amber lead underneath the White City, my ancestors never used any of the products made from it. They weren't as exposed as everyone else. I only managed to last this long because they stayed away from it. Of course, it got to them eventually, but it saved me a few years. I've never met anyone else that lived from there, he mumbled. To think there was someone else. I'm sorry, but I don't actually know your name, he said. You did just save me and all. I'd like to know at least who did. He looked over at you with piercing dark eyes. Trafalgar Law. Your eyes widened at the familiar name. You're Trafalgar Law? Captain of the Heart Pirates? The Surgeon of Death? He smirked slightly, making a light pink hue appear on your cheeks. Ooh, honey. Well, I guess you already know who I am. What about you, though? First name. First name, last name. You smiled, slowly lifting your hand up to him. Thank you, Law, for saving me. He smiled, taking your hand and giving it a shake. Of course. Captain! A voice called out, along with a white bear running into the room. We need you on deck! As soon as he uttered those words, the ship was sent violently to the side. Oh no, a big crash being heard outside, followed by many more. He clicked his tongue in annoyance, turning back to you. I have to go. Rest while I'm gone. You pouted. But I'm not even tired. He sighed, leaning in more toward you. Rest. Doctor's orders. You nodded, not knowing how else to react with him so close. He smiled, standing up and getting a grip on his sword, turning to the bear. Beppo, let's go. The last thing you heard before you fell asleep was sound of screams from outside your corridors, along with the voice of your doctor. Room! Several days later, you started to slowly heal more and more. Your muscles were regaining strength along with the rest of your body. You were able to move around the ship now, but still lost your balance from time to time. Reader, what are you doing out of your bed? You stopped in your tracks, as you weren't actually supposed to be up and moving yet. You got hungry, though, and wanted to sneak to the kitchen and get some food. Sheepishly, you turn around, giving Law a small grin, trying to hide what you were holding in your hand. Hey, Law. He sighed, walking over to you. I told you not to get out of your bed. You need the rest, and anything you needed I could get you. Well, I got hungry, he said, weakly holding out a sandwich you quickly threw together. Oh no. He glared down at the food in disgust. I don't like bread. You gave him a puzzled look, then began to laugh lightheartedly. What's so funny? He demanded, snatching the food away from your hands. Don't touch it if you don't like it, weirdo. You grinned, wiping a fake tear from your eye. Nothing, it's nothing. I'll go back to my room now, don't worry. Like I can trust you now. Just for bread? Just for a sandwich? Like I can trust you now, he scolded. I'll just have to walk you back, seeing as you might go wander off. What am I, a stray dog? He mumbled, starting your guys' walk back to your room. Ignoring you, he continued on. You need to listen to what I tell you if you want to get better. But I'm feeling better, he complained, skipping a little ways ahead. See? He huffed, quickly catching up to you again. Don't do that. You might hurt yourself, idiot. Tsundere smiled right before you were about to reassure him you were fine. You felt your right leg give out underneath you. Before you can hit the ground, though, in an instant, you saw a small film circle surround you and Law. Room. Next thing you know, instead of falling on the ground, you fell right into Law's arms. Oh, how sweet. Shambles, he whispered. How'd you do that? You asked, watching the blue film disappear. I just switched your spot with that sandwich you made earlier. So you, reader, You and the sandwich are of the same value. Is that what's going on? Wait, I forgot how that works. Maybe I'm thinking of Psyche K. He said, gesturing toward where you would have fallen to see your sandwich you would have ate. Thanks, you muttered, embarrassed. You can put me down now, though. Your leg might give out again. It's best for it if you just stay off of it for a while, he said, starting to walk to your room. I'll just carry you. All right. You stuttered. Oh, my bad. All right. Feeling your cheeks heat up, you gripped onto the material of his jacket and squirmed around in his arms trying to get comfortable. Stop moving, he complained harshly. I'm trying not to drop you. You hummed, snuggling into his jacket and closing your eyes. I'm tired. Even though you didn't see it, he smiled down at you. Sleep then. I'll get you back to your bed, so just relax. You nodded lightly and dozed off happily into a sleep. Girlie, how do you do that? You can't just do that. You're not allowed to. It's just not how life works. A week after your little slip-up, Law gave you permission to walk around the ship, but only if you had someone with you in case anything were to happen. You decided to go for a nice calm stroll around since it was such a nice day out on the sea. Penguin was the one to walk with you this time. So you're feeling better, reader? He asked happily. I mean, even the captain's obviously in a good mood today and he let you walk around the ship. You must be getting better, right? You smiled. I'm feeling much better thanks to you guys. He grinned, fixing the flap of his hat. Oh, don't thank us. I mean, Law's the one taking care of you all the time. Yeah, but you guys have been a big help too, he smiled. He sighed, suddenly becoming very depressed. He's just like me, for real, for real. It's gonna be weird when you're gone, reader. You've only been here for about a week and a half, and I forget what it was like before you. You laughed sadly. Oh, you're just saying that. No, I'm serious. The captain's been in such a good mood this past week, and it's whenever he comes back from checking up on you. You flushed. I doubt it. It's been 3 weeks since you were brought onto the Heart Pirates ship. You generally took walks around, not wanting to be stuck in your room alone. Today, you accidentally bumped into Law, which you didn't do often considering how busy he was. You usually only see him when he came for his daily checkups on you. Oh, hey, you smiled at Law. Busy? Not particularly. Why? He asked, shoving his hands into his pockets. Oh, no reason. You're just always busy, he said sadly. But quickly put on your smile. Well, I should probably go then. Why? Why? You echoed. Well, I just thought I'm not busy. He cut off. So why leave? Oh, okay. Pulling the moves. You struggled, hiding your hands behind your back. I don't know. Well, I'd like to join you if you're free. He smirked lightly. You laughed. I'm always free. He looked down at you, frowning. Aren't you going to wear a sweater or a coat? It's below freezing out. You shook your head. I'm not even cold. Besides, I don't exactly have one. Oh. Reader. You're gonna trap him in. He's gonna have to give you the jacket now. There's no other way around it. Here, he said, pulling his sweater up over his head, lifting his shirt underneath up just a little bit to expose his toned abs. Your face flushed bright red. Handing his sweater over to you. He wears a sweater. I don't remember ever seeing him. Trafalgar. I just remember the long-ass jacket. Oh, it's a hoodie. Okay, my bad. Handing his sweater over to you, he glanced at your face, chuckling. Well, you look like you're warmer now. Give me that, you mumbled. Grabbing the sweater and pulling it over your head. You smiled down at the yellow and black sweater, feeling warmer by the minute. Where do you usually go when you go for your walks, anyway? He asked you as you two started walking. Just around. I'll stop by, see what Beppo, Penguin, or Sasha doing. You smiled, thinking about your 3 new yet close friends. You never stop by to see what I'm doing, he stated. Well, like I said before, you're always busy, you defended. Yet I always make time to check up on you, he muttered. What'd you say? Nothing, he said. All right, you trailed off. The two of you walked in silence for a couple minutes, just the sound of nearby crew members and the heels of your feet sounding out. So, you started. As my doctor, I guess you should know if I'm getting better or not, right? He looked down at his feet. Yes. I mean, I feel better. Look, I'm able to walk and jump around now without making a fool of myself. You laughed, skipping ahead just a bit to prove your point. Yeah, you muttered. So, you said anxiously, stopping to face him. How am I doing? He sighed, looking up at you. Better, yes. Completely healed? No. You frowned. Really? But I feel fine. I don't want to take the chance, he growled, leaning forward. Doctor's orders. You stay here on this ship until you're better. We all know she's good. We all know she's already good to go. 6 weeks. You've been on the ship for 6 weeks now. Even though you liked being on the ship and everyone on it, the only thing that was concerning you was Law. He kept telling you you needed more time to heal when you knew for a fact you were fine. You even started to take some fighting lessons from Beppo when Law was doing something else, which was often. You knew Law was lying. You just wanted to know why. Girlie, you know. You don't need him to spell that out for you. You know exactly why. Getting up out of your bed, you slipped on Law's sweater he gave you a couple weeks. You haven't given it back? Bro, and adjusted Penguin's old pair of plaid pajama bottoms that he gave you when you arrived. They were your favorite comfortable things to wear these days. After the 4th week of being on the ship, Law moved you to an actual room instead of the medical room, which didn't help your plans at the moment. Your plan was to sneak back into the medical room and try to find your medical records that Law wrote down after every checkup. You just wanted to know what was wrong with you still. You couldn't see anyone outside your door from the tiny bit you opened, so you pushed the door open and started to head toward the medical room, happy that on nice days the submarine will just ride along the surface of the water instead of under. Eventually coming across the door, you grabbed the handle only to hear the 2 voices of familiar people inside. Captain, are you serious? Penguin's voice cried in shock. Why haven't you told her? You stiffened at the mention of her, knowing it was obviously you they were talking about. I can't, he replied. What do you mean you can't? She's probably wondering what's wrong with her now. You have to tell her, Law, Penguin said sadly. And just see how she takes it. She deserves the right to decide for herself. You heard a sigh from the other side of the door, along with scraping of a chair against the floor. Fine, Law said. I'll go tell her. Terror ran through your body rapidly at the thought of Law finding out you were listening in. You bolted back to your room, slamming the door shut behind you and crawling under your covers, pretending to be asleep. You can't pretend to be asleep if your heart's beating that fast. You heard a slight knock at your door, but already knowing who it was, you didn't reply. Since I'm supposed to be asleep, it'll probably be better if I don't answer, you thought obviously to yourself. Reader, are you there? You heard Law call from outside. After a few moments of silence, he gently opened the door, spotting you, quote, asleep on your bed. Oh, she's asleep, he mumbled. Oi, reader, I have something I want to tell you. Wake up. You just do that? You just go into someone's room, wake up, wake up. You lightly groaned and turned to the other side of your bed, hoping it looked realistic. Get this girl an Oscar. You heard him chuckle and pull a chair up to the side of your bed you were facing. She's wearing my sweater, he said quietly, lightly laying his hand on the top side of your face. I almost forgot I gave it to her. You could tell just from the situation you were in, your cheeks were probably flaring red. Just probably? No, I bet they were. Even though your eyes were closed, you could feel Law's hot breath blow against your face, signaling that he was close. Back the fuck up. Stop, you're too close. I don't like that. I know you're awake, reader, you felt him whisper. Why don't you just open your eyes? Your eyes shot open, seeing just how close your two faces were. Law, jeez, don't go waking me up like that. You laughed nervously, sitting up. He smirked, sitting up as well. Well, how would you like me to wake you up? Your cheeks flaring up again. You replied, so, why are you in here again? His smirk quickly contorting into a frown. He sighed. It's about how you're doing. Oh, you replied. He nodded. You're all healed. You're free to leave the ship. Really? You smiled. It took 6 weeks, but I'm all healed. Thank you. I wouldn't be thanking me, he muttered. I wanted to tell you something else. What else is there? You asked. He gripped his pants in his fists, trying to muster up courage. I lied to you. You frowned. Huh? You stuttered. He sighed, standing up and started walking toward the door. I'll have Beppo and Penguin come by and help you pack. I want to join your crew, you cried out, stopping him in his tracks. You want to join my crew? He repeated, turning back around to face you. Why? Because I don't want to leave either, he answered, smiling. He slowly walked back to where he was before, but kept standing. Are you a good fighter? You rubbed the back of your head sheepishly. Well, the past few weeks I took fighting lessons with Beppo, he sighed. Even when I told you to take it easy? Well, it's not like I really needed to, he stated. Besides, I knew I couldn't just stay on the ship as a +1. I knew I had to be able to fight for myself. He nodded. Well, that's about right. So, are you sure about this? You grinned. 100%. Well then, welcome to the Heart Pirates, reader, he said with a smile. You frowned, looking at Law. What's wrong? He questioned. Well, don't I get like a handshake or something to make it official? You asked. He chuckled, holding out his hand. All right, one handshake. You smiled, grabbing his hand. Instead of what was supposed to happen, though, he gently pulled your hand closer to him, your faces only inches apart. Oh, wow, he's okay. Are you sure you only want a handshake? He whispered to you. You uttered, feeling your face betray you and turn a bright shade of red. I mean, I'm not sure. Stopping you there, he leaned in, closing the space between you two and planting a light kiss on your lips. After the initial shock, you begin to kiss back. Oh no, oh shit, I can't be saying this. Only for him to pull away, leaving you with a pout. Looking at your unhappy face, he chuckled. What's wrong now? Was that not good enough for you? It was fine, you muttered, turning your head away from him. Captain! Penguin yelled, charging into the room. Marines are here, we need to submerge now. He nodded, turning back to you. Just stay in here for now. Why? I can help fight too, you argued, sliding your legs off the... You didn't even get off the bed. You were just sitting there. He sighed, leaning in closely towards your face. Relax. Captain's orders, he reassured with a wink at the end. Besides, you should get more training in before doing anything irrational. You sighed in defeat. Fine, but next time I'll help. Of course, he smiled, standing up straight and turning back to Penguin. Let's go. You couldn't help but smile as you watched both of them leave the room confidently, shutting the door tightly behind them. What have I got myself into? You laughed. I guess I'm a pirate now. But as long as you were on the same ship as him, you didn't care. This was just the beginning of a new adventure for you. End. Author note. How was that? This is my first time writing a Character X reader, one-shot sort of thing, and that it'll help if I got a little feedback. I hope you guys liked it. Next time, yonder law and reader for the taking. That was good. That was good. Yeah, like predictable, but good. Good job, girly, or boy, or human. Good job, person. You did an amazing job at writing your first character and reader one shot. Nice pacing, right? Like there's a lot of time skips, but I think you had a pretty solid, pattern, I guess, like with the time skips. I don't know. I enjoyed reading that. I thought that was really cute, you know? It was like, it's very fan fiction styled writing, but it was good. Good job. So that's it for today. If you want more, because I'm definitely reading the next part, stay tuned. Come back for more. If my awful reading and my jumbling of words didn't bother you that much, please join me for the next part of 7 Reads Fanfictions. Have a nice day. Stay safe. Keep warm. Stay hydrated. Bye-bye.